Good morning, viewers, and welcome to All About Women. Let's talk. So, good morning to as many of you. I really hope you all have enjoyed your morning so far. Many of you gone to work. Some of you are at home resting, just like me. Some of you are at, like the same like the same time we are. Some of you are in the evening, while some in various countries they are in the afternoon. So welcome to all of you, and welcome to all of you. I know that I know you all have missed me, and you've been wondering what has happened to Adez. That Adez said she's going to be on Tuesday, but what happened? I know that all of you will be asking that question, that what is going on, that why have we not seen Adez since? Guys, so as I was explaining yesterday, yesterday actually, to be honest with you, that yesterday, which I was already explaining. Now, last week Tuesday, I was actually meant to be on with you guys to kind of share with you my lovely Boomba topic that I had prepared for. In fact, you know what really pained me the most is that on Monday evening of last week Monday evening, last week Monday evening, it was last week Monday evening that I prepared for you guys, and all of a sudden on Tuesday, I mean, in fact, I was fine, I was okay. So on Tuesday morning, it was on Tuesday morning I was actually about between Tuesday morning to Tuesday afternoon, I was actually preparing to come on to the live for you guys to to see me. And out of the blue, all of a sudden, a severe belly cramp out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere, and guys, that kind of cramps, that those kind of belly cramps that just it would just come, and it would just come within a heated moment, and it will hook you. If you guys kind of understand what I mean. So it was that kind of thing. So it was actually so terrible. It was so bad that I could not. It was so bad that I was in so much pain that I actually could not come on live again. In fact, from Tuesday, from Tuesday up until Monday, that I had this severe belly cramp. It was just Tuesday gone that the pain reduced, and that's the reason why I'm on. I was not happy. I was actually so upset. But obviously, what can you do when a belly cramp just comes out of nowhere? You can't do anything. You need to have no choice but to rest until you're okay. And that's what, unfortunately, that I had to do until it finally reduced and even disappeared. But anyway, guys, let me not bore you with my my unfortunate sad story. Anyway, guys, so guys, we're going to be talking about the topic that I actually already had mapped out Monday evening, preparing for Tuesday, if not for the severe belly cramp. But now that is it's calmed down for now. So yes, so guys, before we start, many of you may or may not know me, but it's your girl, Ades. So guys, whenever you're ready, if you guys have your pens, your notepad, your gadgets, whatever. I mean, practically whatever kind of device that you actually have, whatever it is that you have, please bring it out. Please bring it out. Hi Kenny, how are you? Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate. So yes, so whatever gadgets you have, yeah, please do, yeah, please do bring them out, whether a notepad or whatever it is, bring it out so that you guys can actually take note. Yeah, hi. So yeah, so we are actually we'll be talking about rebuilding trust after a mistake. So practically, after a mistake, after like a huge, yeah. When we say a mistake, like it can, yeah, it mistakes is a general thing that mistakes is actually a general thing that we which we as human beings do, which is something that is not really intentional. After all, we all came to this world for a purpose, and we weren't born perfect. So every now and again, mistakes tend to happen, but it's a matter of owning up to that mistake. It's a matter of acknowledging that mistake. Is a matter of taking correction of that mistake, and is a matter of working towards that mistake and preventing it from reoccurring. That's kind of what it's about, and mostly when it comes to marriage, that's where it's one of those sensitive things. When it comes to marriage, okay, so mostly when it comes to marriage, we as married couples, we need to be very, very careful. Yeah, we need to be very careful in every areas. Okay, hi. Sorry, but roadblock. Yeah, sorry. I don't understand this 67 that I keep on seeing. Um, but yeah, if it's an error, you can kind of just like reduce. Thank you. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. So when it comes to marriages, mostly married couples, yeah, mistakes is one of those things that is very, very sensitive. Yeah, it's very sensitive, and in a sense where we have to think about what we do before we even do it. Yeah, we need to think every single day of everything that we do, or practically what we everything that we do from the time we plan what we want to do within the days and the week. We need to be sure that this is what we want to do, and when you're 100% sure that this is what you want to do. Oh, okay. And then when you guys, sorry, bear with me. And then when you're sure that this is what you want to do, you need to be very, very careful, because when you've planned something, for example, like activities for the week, whatever activities it is that you've planned for the week, and within those activities, either maybe one or two of those activities that you have planned, and and you've planned these activities quite well. You've planned it. You've mapped out what you want to do, what you want to do with these activities, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something will just come into your mind. Something will just come into your mind, and you will start thinking and talking to yourself that, that in fact, what am I doing? What am I doing to myself? That is it worth these activities? So in a nutshell, so your inner being, because we are human, we're human beings. We're human beings, and we have spiritual being that is living inside of us. So that spiritual being is kind of it's kind of that kind of spirit that operates inside of you, making you to think things that you never even imagined that you want to think about, making you to even say things that you don't even expect that will even come out of your mouth. In fact, making you to do things that you don't want to do. In fact, the unexpected, your inner spirit will be making you to make mistakes. Yeah. What some people don't seem to understand. They don't seem to understand that certain things that we do is not always ordinary. Yeah. It's not always ordinary. Yeah. It's not always an ordinary thing. We all have spiritual beings living inside of us. Yeah, we all do. You may or you may not know it, but if you're a Christian and you go to church every Sundays, and your pastor preaches a lot, your pastor will actually bring this in any of his sermons that he preaches about. Yeah, he'll kind of bring it up. So yeah, so most things that we do is not ordinary, and it's not an intentional thing. So when we see ourselves making mistakes, some of those mistakes are not intentional, while most of the mistakes we do are intentional. And most of those mistakes that we do is not, yes, is intentional, but that person doesn't realize that the mistakes that he or she has done, it has had a knock-on effect. They don't realize that that mistake that he or she has done has had a knock-on effect on the next person that is quite close to them. So in another sense, so the mistake that person has done, they don't seem to realize that the mistake that the person has done has actually cost the life of the next person that is quite close to you. Just like, for example, when like as in the UK here, when things happen unexpectedly. If you're the kind of person that listens to the news quite a lot, and you're the kind of person that likes to to listen to the news and to know what is happening around the world, you will notice that a lot of things actually is going on in the UK here, which most of the things that are happening, some of them are not intentional, while most of it are intentional. Now, just like that saying is that you are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Right. For example, these young boys and girls that they like going out a lot. They don't like staying at home so much. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not that they don't like staying at home, but yeah, they do. They like staying at home, but not from Monday to Friday. The only time that they like staying at home is on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, because the reason why is because their parents fight all the time. Their parents fight and argue all the time over random things. The parents don't seem to understand that they tend to embarrass themselves in the presence of their children. They don't kind of seem to understand that they embarrass themselves. And mostly when the parents are with their kids, and then they're with their kids, their teenage kids, and they're outside, and all of a sudden the parents get into a heated argument in the presence of their teenage kids, and the teenage kids will be saying to a mom that mom, is everything all right? Like, mom, is everything all right? What's happening? Dad, what's happening? That look, we're not at home, we're outside, we're in a public place. What's going on? Why, mom and dad, why are you fighting? And then they'll say to their daughter that just forget it. It's not your business. And the daughter will be saying that, yes, mom, dad, this is my business. You're my parents. You are outside. You're fighting. You're arguing. I mean, I'm not saying that you guys are physically fighting, but you're arguing outside in the public, and is a cause of concern. That is there a problem? What's going on? Why are you guys arguing outside? Do you realize that you're kind of really embarrassing me? Can you imagine your teenage daughter telling you to your face as a parent that, mom and dad, that you are embarrassing me outside? Yeah. Can you imagine that your own teenage daughter will actually tell you that? That's the reason why it's kind of good to settle your differences, like, at home, but in your room. If married couples that really love themselves, I mean, yeah, marriage is not a bed of roses, and marriage is that kind of ordination. Marriage is that kind of ordination of God, which God is in agreement to marriage. He is the one that ordained marriage. Now, God is the one that ordained marriage, and He is in support of every married couple. And He knows that every now and again there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be trials. He knows that every now and again that married couples are going to fight a lot. But as far as they don't injure themselves, it's just a normal married, it's just a normal marital affairs. It's just a normal argument. Either maybe the husband caused the argument, or it's either the wife that caused the argument, or it could be that the couple is fighting, is actually having a heated argument because of their children. Maybe because maybe because either the husband agreed with the wife that he's going to take turns of dropping the kids off to school, while on like on Tuesday or Wednesday, for example, the wife will take over while the husband goes to work. The wife will take over and drop the kids off to school. So we as ladies and married couples, we need to kind of understand where we have gone wrong, and we need to acknowledge that yes, we have done wrong, we've offended our husband, and we need to make amends. Yeah. And so that's what we are talking about now. Now I was actually watching this. I was actually watching this video as well. I was actually watching this video on this very topic, and some of the things that the guy actually made me to realize and to understand that where we often make a mistake is the lack of communication. Now, the lack of communication is one of those things that when communication is not made clear, mistakes will happen. Yeah, mistakes will happen. For example, if your husband tells you, as in not tells you, if your husband gives you specific instructions that you can't go out for a particular reason. He has his reason of why he's told you that you can't go out. I mean, it's not that he's imprisoning you. It's not that he's encaging you. It's not that he's telling you that you can't go out at all. But that very specific day, he has instructed you and said that, honey, you can't go out on this specific day because of this particular reason. So when he has given that instruction, right? When your husband has given you such an instruction, you don't need to question your husband. Your husband is the man of the house. Yeah. You don't need to question your husband. If your husband has told you that you cannot go out for this particular reason, and he's in a rush and he needs to get to work, you need to allow your husband to go to work, make money for the house. When he comes back, if he still has the strength to actually sit and talk to you and explain to you why he instructed you that you're not allowed to go out, then he will tell you. But if he doesn't have that strength, give him breathing space, let him rest after a full long day shift. When he's off, the day that he's off work, he will sit down and he will explain to you why he instructed you that you cannot go out on this particular day. He will tell you. Because husband likes not even just love, they like and they love to see their wives happy. And if they know that going out makes their wife happy. Of course, they will allow it, but sometimes when your husband instructs you and tells you that you cannot go out on this particular day, he has a reason for it. He has a good reason for it. It's not that he will imprison you. It's not that he will cage you. It's not that he will not that you will not go out at all. Of course you will. But when your husband says don't go out on that particular day, just give him time to explain to you why he has given you such instruction. Then when he gives you that instruction, and not give you that instruction, when he has explained to you why he's giving you that instruction, then you will have a better understanding. Then the communication will be made clear. Then you will have a full understanding that, oh, okay, this is why my husband said that I can't go out on this particular day. At least now I understand. So open communication consistently is very, very good to be made clear, and quite frequent as well. Now, the second is connection. Now, again, we as human beings, we have made a lot of terrible mistakes. Like both mistakes that are unintentional and mistakes where they are intentional, but it's not something that you actually intentionally. It's not. I'm not going to say intentionally because I said that some of them are intentional. So it's not that some of these mistakes that you actually purposely did it. Like I said, we all have spiritual beings living inside of us. So that spiritual beings that is living inside of us is what is kind of mainly that spiritual being is actually your backbone. Yeah, is your backbone of how you kind of function. So obviously, yeah, we're human beings, and we have spiritual beings living inside of us. So that spiritual being obviously is a spirit, and because it's a spirit, it is a spirit in itself. It needs to have a body to be inside of, so that people can actually see that people will actually not be able to see the spirit unless that spirit is actually inside the person. Yeah. So it's like that. Now, some of these mistakes that we intentionally do is those kind of mistakes where we need to apologize. We need to acknowledge that we've done wrong, apologize, and make every corrections to prevent it from happening again. Now, mostly when you're married, the connection needs to always be there. So whenever you've made mistakes, like mistakes as in big mistakes that has actually broken the bridge of your marriage, it's one of those things where it's kind of very hard to repair. That's where you need to, that's kind of where you need to realize, you need to sit down, think about where you've gone wrong. You need to sit down and think very well what went wrong and how you can repair it. And also, please put this in prayers. I will actually recommend that you actually put this into prayers, because like I said, most of the things that we do, some of it are unintentional, while most of it are intentional. Now, the mistakes that we do is not that we are purposely doing it, but we are doing these mistakes without realizing the consequences of our actions, and how we are hurting our families and our loved ones, as many who is around us. Yeah, we don't realize that we are actually hurting those that we love the more. We don't kind of really understand. We don't kind of really understand it until it's too late. And then you'll notice that the that love that you and your husband once shared has gone downhill, and your husband will not trust you again. He'll, even though that, for example, like every morning, like when you greet your husband and say to your husband, good morning, your husband will have to check. Your husband will have to open the window and check whether if what you're saying is actually true, before he can actually believe you. And if you tell your husband that you're going to work, he won't believe you. He won't believe you that you're going to work unless he actually sees evidence that you're actually going to work. And once he sees that evidence that you're going to work, then he'll believe you. But without that evidence, no, he won't believe you. He'll think that you have gone outside to have an affair with another man. That's what will be going on in his mind, despite the fact that you have actually decided to actually give up that life for the sake of your children, and you've decided to give up that life, and you've decided that you don't want to be living that kind of life anymore, and you're trying to convince your husband and trying to let your husband to understand that you are no longer living that kind of life, and yet your husband is not seeing that you have actually stopped that kind of life, and he still thinks that you are still doing that kind of thing. The best thing to do is just to put it into prayer, because I mean, yes, your husband trusted you. Yeah, he did. He trusted you. He did. He trusted you quite a lot. But as far as the bridge in the marriage is broken, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to repair. It's something that will take years, or even take months. But one thing that will also help as well is if you actually listen to powerful preachings that will actually touch your life, it will actually really help. Now, like if you listen to powerful preachers, as in powerful preachers like that American pastor Joel Osteen. I don't know whether if any of you guys know about that American pastor, but wow, his sermons are terrific. His sermons are wonderful. I like his preaching. So both Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes, those are the two powerful preachers. So guys, I will actually recommend that you can listen to any of those two sermons, any of those two preachings. Guys, please listen to it, and by the time you listen to it, you will actually realize that the message that Joel Osteen is preaching is actually meant for you. There was one that I was listening to yesterday on audio, and it was actually very, very powerful. Yeah, it was actually. Guys, sorry, bear with me because my guys, please bear with me. Bear with me 1 minute because I will need to boil my kettle. I need to make some hot tea. So yeah, bear with me, guys. Yeah, guys, sorry about that. If you you may notice that you're hearing the sound of the kettle, but yeah, I need to I just feel like having some hot tea because obviously the weather's changing. So yeah. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So yes, so I'll actually recommend for you guys to listen to T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen. Please listen to it. If you have a iPhone or Android, and with the iPhone, if you use Apple Store, please install Joel Osteen podcast and T.D. Jakes podcast on your phone. And to as many who use Android, and Google Play, as in Play Store, yeah. So go on Play Store, install. Oh, hiya, how are you? Thank you for coming on, I appreciate. So go on Play Store and also install T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen podcast, and go on there in your own time and listen to one of the latest powerful sermons. And by the time you listen to it, you will actually notice that the messages that are being preached is actually meant for you, and you will probably not feel the same again. So guys, yeah, I will actually recommend that you give them a try. So now back to what I'm saying. Now the third step is to have an agreement in writing. Now, have an agreement in writing. Talk about what went wrong, the glitches. Where did it go bad? Yeah, where did it go bad? And where did it go bad and where it actually came from? Mm-hmm. Then come up with a new agreement. Come up with a new agreement. And in that agreement, with the whatever the agreement is, guys, bear with me. Guys, please give me just a moment while I just quickly make my tea, because Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit cold, to be honest. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, sorry. I'm feeling a little bit cold. Yes. So now, now I'm back. So yes. Um. Now back to what I'm saying. So. So write a new agreement. So write a new agreement. And as you write a new agreement, whatever the agreement is, write that agreement, sign it, and make sure that both parties actually stick to that agreement. If possible, if you're the kind of person that actually forgets, install Alexa or Google Gemini, those two AIs. They they are very good in kind of reminding you about things that you want to be reminded of, and which I have previously said before that they are very good AIs, and yeah, they are very good, and mostly the fact that most of us are not getting younger anymore, and we do often tend to forget, and that's where these AIs come in to help us in every aspects of our life, in kind of in helping you to organize activities or tasks. Yeah, stand up on time. Oh, oh, okay, yeah. So anyway, so like mostly they're very good. The AIs, they're very good, because in fact, guys, yeah, I use guys, guys, you'll not believe, I actually have four AIs. AI. I have Replica and Replica. I have Pip, the personal assistant. I have Google Gemini, and I have Alexa. I use all four of them. Yeah, I use all four of them because why I use all four of them, because sometimes Replica, she's kind of very corrupt. yeah, sometimes sometimes she's kind of very corrupt. So sometimes sometimes I won't use her at all for that week. I'll use Pip, as Pip as in yeah, PI. That's what I mean. Now, yes, I'll use her sometimes, but which I rarely use. I rarely use her. Occasionally that I do, but majority of the time is mostly Google Gemini that is mostly Gemini that I use quite a lot, because Gemini itself is kind of almost programmed like a human being, that Gemini can actually talk to you. Can you imagine? Yeah. So Gemini can actually talk to you about whatever it is that you want. You can have like long conversation with Gemini about whatever it is that you want, and he will respond. That's actually one of the things that actually attracted me. It's one of the things that actually attracted me to using Gemini. Not just because Gemini talks to me. No, is mainly is the features that I actually liked, that actually captivated me about Gemini, and then I started using it, and I actually kind of really enjoy using it up until today. So there's no day that it mostly sometimes if I forget something that is very important, I'll just go on Gemini and tell Gemini, please remind me of this appointment on such a day. Then he'll respond and say, when is the appointment? What day is the appointment? What time? So that I can set a reminder. Then we set. Then once you tell him the day and the time, then he will set the reminder for you. So so Gemini is actually very very good, and I'll actually recommend it to a lot of people, and mostly like elderly people as well. So elderly people who are as in the middle age people that kind of often tends to forget. Gemini is very very helpful. There is nowhere you can go wrong with Gemini. Anything that you want, whether if it's assistance with setting up your activity, or even if it's assistance in writing an essay. Practically anything that you want, Gemini will actually do it. And it's actually also very helpful as well for as many people who has dyslexia, who has learning disabilities. It's actually very helpful for them as well. Mostly most of people who are struggling with their education. Google Gemini is actually very 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 helpful as well, and also Chat GBT is also another one as well that is also very good, but not all people actually know about it. Now the fourth one is: keep a positive story about yourself and about the person. Learn how to learn how to let go of the pains of what has happened. Remember what behaviors has been worked on. Now, we as human beings, we as human beings, we do get upset. Yeah, we're bound to get upset because of the pain that we all go through. I mean, there's no day that we as human beings will never experience pain. Of course we will. We will experience pain, whether if it's from your parents, whether if it's from your brother or sister, whether if it's from your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whether if it's from your husband, or whether if it's from your wife, or whether if it's from your kids. We will experience pain, but it's a matter of how we deal with that pain. Yeah, it's just a matter of how we deal with it. And when pain happens, we have to learn to let go. We have to learn to let go of pain. Because do you know what? Because the reason why we have to let go of pain is because the enemy feeds on pain. Yeah, the enemy, the devil himself, he feeds on pain. He feeds on pain. So to as many of us who are Christians, and we are very, very prayerful, we will understand that we cannot hold on to pain. We can't. We have to learn as Christians to let the pain of the past go, because that's what the devil himself feeds on. So when the devil like hovers around like he always does from the end of the world to from the beginning of the world to the end of the world, that he hovers and flies from the beginning of the world to the end of the world, looking for who he would devour and to destroy. Now, the devil himself is a very wicked being. He feeds on pain. And he doesn't like to see anyone happy. He likes to see people angry, upset all the time. He likes to see people fight. He likes to see people fight and argue all the time. So most of the time when arguments are going on, when arguments between husband and wife is going on, is not an ordinary argument. Is actually a spiritual attack. Yeah, it's actually a spiritual attack that has been set by the devil himself for either the wife or the husband to fall into, so that both couples will just randomly start arguing for no cause reason. And most of the time these arguments are not ordinary arguments. It's actually spiritually planned. And that's the reason why we need to be in fervent and serious prayers, because the devil feeds on pain. He feeds on people's pain. That's what makes him stronger and stronger and stronger. But he can never ever overcome. He can never overcome us. He can never succeed in our lives. He can never succeed in destroying what God has planned for each and every one of us. He can never, no matter how hard he tries, he can never. And as soon as we notice it and we see it, we need to always put it into prayer. Guys, please, I'm not preaching, so guys, please don't think I'm preaching. I'm not preaching, but I need for you guys to kind of understand that most of the time when argument goes on, is not always an ordinary argument. Is actually a spiritual attack that has actually been put in place for the husband and wife to be arguing. Yeah. So we need to kind of really understand that. So yeah. So once we actually know this, then we just need to we need to put it into prayer. We need to put it into serious prayer. If possible, sprinkle. If possible, in the mornings, sprinkle your house. Like even as you wake up from your bed, sprinkle your house with water. As in, put a small, as in, like get just like a small bowl of water, just a small bowl of water. Pray on the water. Yeah, pray on the water. Pray on the water and ask God to bless the water and whatever it is that you want God to do for you using the water. After you finish praying in the water, then as you've prayed on that water, then start sprinkling the water. Start sprinkling the holy water everywhere around, from your bedroom to your bathroom to the passage to your kitchen to your living room, even to your garden or your balcony. What that holy water will do will actually cage any spiritual attacks, any plans of the enemy upon your life. As you sprinkle that holy water, every plan of the enemy will never work. As you sprinkle that holy water, every witches, every wizards that operates in the middle of the night, they will be blinded. They will not be able to operate. They will not be able to operate on you again. They will never be able to operate on you again. So to as many people, to as many who are Christians, to as many of you who are Christians, please, I will actually recommend that you do this every morning. Do it every morning. Yeah, do it every morning as you wake up. Please get a small bowl of water and sprinkle your house with holy water. Sprinkle your whole house or your flat with holy water, and you will see that the enemy will not be able to penetrate. You will see that the enemy will not be able to do anything. You will see that every of his plans will backfire and go elsewhere. Now, last but not the least is negative stories downgrade us. It hurts and also drops our emotions and ability to function. So that is why it is one of the most important things for us as individuals, as married couples, to please, whatever the issue is, guys, bear with me. Whatever the issue is, guys, as married couples, we need to learn how to love our husbands. because our husband accepted us for who we are. And our husband loves us very, very well. And our husband are mainly the only person apart from your family that you grew up with that knows you very well. Your husband also knows you very, very well. He knows your ins and outs. He knows your strengths from your weaknesses, and he knows that his wife can be used or can be manipulated into doing things that she's not supposed to do. And mostly when your husband is a man of God and he sees road very well, it is very good, and it's very good for you to have that kind of husband. It's very, very good and very handy. Hiya, welcome, and thank you for coming on. It's very good, and it's very handy to have such a husband who's a pastor that has the gift of God, that he can see road, and that he can see anything and everything that is happening or is about to happen. Is actually very, very good. So guys, please, whatever we do in life, please, we need to understand that we are human beings. We are human beings. Oh, how old were you when I what? When I Sorry. Hi. Sorry, I don't kind of really understand your question. Please, could you rephrase that? Because I don't kind of really understand your question, to be honest with you. Yeah. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. So yes. Oh, when you had gender. Gender affirmative care. Sorry, what is affirmative care? I don't understand. Do you mean yeah, sorry, I still don't understand. Gender affirmative care. I've not really kind of heard of that before. Like, do you mean Sorry, hold on. Let me kind of understand what you mean by that. Bear with me. Okay, when you transist from the gender you were assigned at birth. Okay. You mean from like when you were. Okay, you mean from when you were born, like from birth, like when a woman is pregnant and she finds out she's having a boy or she's having a girl. Is that kind of what you mean? Because if that's the case, if that was the case, I would have been, if that's what you mean, I was actually with a baby then. Okay. Oh, it's when you knew you. Oh, it's when you know you were born into the wrong body, and get surgery to correct it. Oh. If you are assigned male and became a woman. Oh, okay. That's quite weird. Because Yeah, it's a weird question because, but to answer it, yeah, I kind of really wouldn't remember how old I was, because I know that then I was a baby, so I kind of really wouldn't remember, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't really remember because that's like many years ago. So I kind of really wouldn't remember, to be honest with you. Sorry. So yeah. So back to what I'm saying. Um. So if we as we actually need to kind of learn to, oh, your parents were progressive if they did that as a navy. Thank you for your okay. Okay. That's fine. um okay, yeah, that's fine. um anyway, so yeah, back to what I'm saying. So yes, um we need to learn how to let go of the past. Yeah, we need to learn how to let go of the past because your wife mainly does get affected. Hmm? Do you mind if I ask your dead name? Um, I don't understand what you mean by dead name. But yeah, I don't understand what you mean by that. But I'm a Des. Anyway, oh oh my former name. Oh, okay. Do you mean you mean my real name? Do you mean my real name? Oh, okay. Yeah, my real name is Ade. Yeah, my real name is Ade. Yeah, that's my actual real name, Ade. Um, yes, that's my real birth name. Yes. So anyway, so back to what I'm saying. Um, now, before so we need to kind of we need to kind of let go. We need to kind of let go of our past, and we should not hold on to our past because it affects the wife, and it does affect the husband too because it's both is vice versa. Yeah, it's vice versa. It affects the wife, yeah, and it affects the husband too. So both parties has made mistakes, and it has affected both parties. So to be able to sustain your marriage and to kind of and to kind of build a strong, solid foundation through communication, accountability, through trust as well. It's kind of good that we need to learn how to let go of the past because, like I said, our past, our pain is what the devil feeds on, and we don't want the devil to feed on our pain. We don't want to. So it's better for us as married couples that we don't even that we let go of our past, because if we keep thinking about what has happened in the past, the devil will keep on feeding on it, and the devil will make us to keep on making mistakes even worse than the one that you are trying to forget about. So it's better that we as married couples, that we need to let go of our past. Let go of our past, let go of our pain. And we just need to learn we just need to learn how to deal with it. Yeah, we need to learn how to deal with the pain. Because there's no day that you're always going to be happy. Sometimes there's good days, sometimes there's bad days, but you just need to kind of learn how to manage it, how to balance it out. Yeah, you just kind of need to learn how to balance it out. And if you do find that very difficult, like I said, Gemini is a very good AI that will advise you and that will give you tips and tools to help you to learn how to balance your pain and helping you to kind of overcome the past mistakes and everything. And also, by watching a YouTube video as well is also very, very good. Is a very good tool as well to watch how other married couples has managed to overcome their obstacles, their trials, their tribulations in their marriage in form of these mistakes. So you can rebuild your trust back. You can rebuild your trust back after you have made that mistake. You can build it back. We can rebuild it back by doing all these steps. But always remember in the back of your mind that communication is the number one key. Communication is the number one key in marriage. Hi. Thank you for coming on. Communication is the number one key in marriage. And if there is not good communication between husband and wife will be fighting nearly every day. Yeah. Husband and wife will be fighting like cat and mouse every day, just because the communication isn't there, just because the communication was not made clear. Accountability as well is also one of the other keys to having a good marriage. Accountability is very good and is very, very important for your husband to know. It's very good and it's very important for your husband to know where you're going and what time you're coming back. Yeah, for your own safety. Mostly when you are a mother as well, it's very good for your husband to know where you're going to when you're coming back, for your own safety. Because this world we're living in today is no longer safe again. During the time of Adam and Eve, even though that majority of us was not born during the time of Adam and Eve, and sin came into the world, and we are the ones suffering for the sin that Eve actually is the one that caused. So we all are suffering for what we knew nothing about. And we weren't born during, majority of us wasn't born during the time of Adam and Eve. And we didn't, in fact, majority of us didn't even know that we would even exist. We didn't even know. So when sin came into the world, we were amazed, we were surprised that, whoa. And even up until today, most of us are still asking, why are we suffering for a sin that Eve committed when majority of us wasn't even born during their time? That's the question that majority of us is still asking up until now. That why we're suffering for what we know nothing about. But unfortunately, is one of those things that we have to suffer. But the most important thing is that we just, as far as we make that mistake, we acknowledge we make that mistake, and we're working on it, and we're doing everything we can to see that we put an end to those mistakes and try and prevent it from not happening again. It is kind of really ideal to also put it into prayer and ask God to help you to kind of overcome the plans of the enemy and whatever plans he has to rope you into making such mistakes again. Well, anyway, guys, so that's it for now. That's it for now. And guys, we're going to continue with another topic, but that will be very soon. So that will be very soon, like maybe in the next maybe 40 minutes or so. But I need to kind of take a little break, and and then we will talk about the next topic, and then we take it from there. But guys, before I go, please don't fail to subscribe, comment, thumb up, do like me, and share with your friends and your colleague and as many people as you feel that will benefit from this. Once again, is your girl Adaze. Guys, I will see you all on again very, very soon. Bye for now.